Today, I reset the NFL with a fantasy draft, but every single player in the league is a 99 overall. So with the first pick in the draft, the Green Bay Packers select Josh Allen. With the second pick, the Cowboys selected Jared Goff. That might be the most Jerry Jones move I've ever seen. And just to be clear, my hands are off the controller, everything's set to auto, so I had nothing to do with the fact that the Titans just drafted Jaden Daniels. And I'd be shocked if every team's first pick wasn't a quarterback. So let's see what the Jets do. Oh my, Michael Penix? They could have had Patrick Mahomes, but they took Michael Penix. Yep, I've seen enough. We're simming to the end of the draft. Now, I think it goes without saying that every single team in the league will be a 99 overall since every single player in the league is a 99 overall. But I just realized I forgot to mention, every player in the league is a 20-year-old rookie, and they're all superstar X Factor. So we'll see where everyone ended up in the season stats. But since the Dolphins drafted Lamar Jackson, I think we gotta play a game with him. It's hard not to feel really confident about the Dolphins when they have Lamar and Jamar Chase. And oh, by the way, Derrick Henry in the backfield, which is kind of funny that him and Lamar reunited in Miami. And he's breaking all the tackles. Oh my God, how did he do that? I mean, like, I get it, they're all 99 overalls, but that was a nasty run by him. I have no idea who was even on this defense, but I just want to try to play. Well, there's Tyrann Mathieu. I also just wanted to jump in a game to see how many points they're able to put up in the simulation, and they just strip sacked him there. And let's just sim to the end of the game, because I'm just curious what the final score will be. Oh my God, the Dolphins put up 70 points in this game. Lamar threw for 629 and 9 touchdowns. Jamar Chase even had 377 and 5 receiving. The season stats are gonna be insane. So you know what? Let's sim to the playoffs. But before that, real quick, I just picked up the MetaQuest 3 because I want to do a video playing the NFL game in VR. Like, I did try it out and it's actually very fun and easy to control. And the best part is we can play offense and defense. But I gotta be honest, playing the game and wearing this thing made me feel so sick. Like, I don't really mess around with VR, and this is kind of showing me why I shouldn't. But if you want to see me play that game for a full video, leave a comment on this video and hit the like button. And I'll probably regret saying this, but if this video gets 10,000 likes, I will play that game for a video. Because I do think it'll be fun to watch, but man, did it make me sick. Like, I felt like crap. But now, in the AFC, oh my God, the Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins all made the playoffs from the East. And look, I know I'm a Jets fan, so I just got to show it for the video. Force win is not on for any of these games. Like, I don't care if they do well in the videos. It literally doesn't matter. But oh my God, Lamar led the East with 6,000 passing yards and 51 touchdowns. I did make fun of the Michael Penix pick when it happened, but he threw for 4,700 yards and 57 touchdowns. Watson had 4,644. Him and Robert Kraft will probably get along real well. And Jalen Hurts was last with 4,333 on the Bills. Only 2,000-yard rushers in the division, but Jamar Chase on the Dolphins had 2,100 yards and 20 touchdowns. Marcus Kemp, literally never heard of him, was second with 1,420 on the Jets. Then it was Jacoby Myers, Hollywood Brown, Jerry Jeudy, Malik Taylor, and even Julio Jones on the Bills had 1,300 yards and 19 touchdowns. In the North, the Ravens were the only team to make the playoffs. Honestly, much more normal passing numbers for everyone here. And the North even had 3,000-yard running backs, and a lot of names you'd expect at the top of the list for receiving for this division. In the AFC South, the Jags were the only team to make it in. AJ McCarron led the division with 4,700 yards and 37 touchdowns. Not far behind was Jaden Daniels on the Titans with 4,730 touchdowns. Brandon Allen on the Colts at 4,347. And Drake May won the division with 4,332 on the Jags. Dameon Pierce also had a great year rushing for them. Holy shit. Keenan Allen on the Colts had 1,700 yards and 33 receiving touchdowns. Jordan Addison had 1,500 yards and 11 on the Titans. Rashee Rice had 1,317 on the Jags. 1,209 for Waddle on the Texans. 1,100 yards and 8 for London on the Titans. And Justin Jefferson had 997 and 9 touchdowns on the Texans. And in the AFC West, the Chiefs and Chargers both made it in. Trevor Lawrence had 5,500 yards and 56 touchdowns. Burrow on the Broncos had 4,746. Geno on the Chargers had 4,435. And JJ on the Raiders had 3,431. We got 3,000-yard rushers here, but Brian Robinson Jr. added 18 rushing touchdowns. Michael Wilson on the Broncos had 1,721 receiving, and we just got to go to the Chiefs for this one. They basically had 4 1,000-yard receivers. But now, on the NFC side, the Giants and Cowboys made it out of the East. Jared Goff had 5,700 yards and 52 touchdowns. Herbert on the Eagles had 4,529. Tua had 4,137. And Bryce Young on the Giants had 4,139. But Puka Nacua led this division with 2,100 yards and 23 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp on the Giants had 1,419. And Travis Kelce on the Eagles had 1,000 yards and 4. In the NFC North, the Lions and Bears both made the playoffs. Davis Mills led the division with almost 5,000 yards and 52 touchdowns. Bo Nix on the Bears had 4,243. Purdy on the Vikings had 4,137. And Josh Allen was last with 4,000 yards and 34 touchdowns. Every team in this division all had a 1,000-yard rusher, but Malik Neighbors led in receiving with 1,900 yards and 24 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir on the Bears had 1,722. Calvin Ridley on the Lions had 1,200 yards and 16. Devin Duvernay had 1,100 yards and 16. And Amari Cooper had 1,010. Hunter Renfrow had 1,011. And Josh Downs had 1,009, all on the Vikings. In the NFC South, the Falcons went 12-5. Teddy Bridgewater had 5,500 yards and 53 touchdowns. Stafford on the Saints had 4,949. Emory Jones had 4,739. And Pat Mahomes had 4,335 on the Bucs. Saquon led with 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. Joe Mixon even got 10 touchdowns on the Saints. But Tyler Lockett on the Falcons had 2,500 yards receiving and 38 touchdowns. How does that even happen? Kendrick Bourne had 1,400 yards and 20. And we got CeeDee Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., Tyreek Hill, and Scary Terry. And oh my God, Chris Olave even had 20 touchdowns. But lastly, in the West, the Niners and Rams both made the playoffs. CJ Stroud led with 5,000 yards and 49 touchdowns. Dak had a clean 4,848. Caleb Williams had 4,335. And Kyler on the Seahawks had 3,623. Once again, every team had a 1,000-yard rusher, but the receiving numbers are just the most cooked. Keon Coleman on the Niners had 1,900 yards and 26 touchdowns. David Moore on the Rams had 1,630. But what about defensively? Who even is this? Devontae Wyatt on the Jets led with 31 sacks. A single season sack record is 22.5 by Michael Strahan, and 19 guys surpassed that this year. But let's be real, Lamar won MVP, right? It was Trevor Lawrence? Lamar was third. I mean, I guess he had less yards, but more touchdowns, less picks, and a higher completion percentage. Chiefs bias? I don't know. So this is gonna be our playoff bracket for this season. So in the wild card round, we'll start with the Bears versus Falcons, and they're tied at 17 with just under 4 minutes to go. I really want to see what Teddy Two Gloves can do for us here, and he's gonna throw and find his man. I don't actually know who that is. Honestly, I just want to see Bridgewater throw to Lockett. Like, he had an insane year, and he just bounced off that for the touchdown. But now can Bo Nix and the Bears answer? It's so weird seeing number 10 for the Bears because I just think of Mitch Trubisky, but they're getting all the way inside the 20. But they're at the 11 and approaching 30 seconds. It's a slip screen to Bijan Robinson, who's gonna get in. And I sim the kickoff, and the Falcons got it all the way to the 48, and now they're in field goal range here, which puts them in position to win the game here as time expires. So they're gonna take down the Bears and move on. Next, we got the Patriots versus Jags. Tied at 21 late in this game. I just realized they literally don't have to go far because the field goal range is gonna be insane. Okay, thankfully they did not screw up the clock because you never know with Madden Sim. So the Jaguars are gonna take down the Patriots. So next we got the Cowboys versus Giants. And in the fourth, the Cowboys are up 24-7, but the Giants are in position to get a touchdown with Cooper Kupp. The thing is, I think it's a little too late for them though. Like, the Cowboys are moving it downfield here. So they hold on to win this game. This is a good example of the scoreboard looking a lot closer than the game ever was. Next, we got the Dolphins versus Ravens. It would be genuinely hilarious if Lamar loses to his real life team. But with about 3 minutes to go, they're actually down by 7. They're at the 15, but they don't have a ton of time to work with. They are gonna get a few on that check down. It's funny because Derrick Henry's not even in because they also have Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, they all are 99s, but the play style does obviously change a little, and Lamar gets sacked. So now it's 4th and 14. Like, Lamar will not be able to escape the choke allegations. Okay, Hollywood Brown caught that in bounds, which kept the season alive for the Dolphins. Lamar, just run with it. You are fast enough to do it. But Jamar Chase got the touchdown instead. But now Devin Leary, with just over a minute to go, has got him to the 41, I literally can't sim a single play. Is he wearing 40? Wait, hold on a second. No, he is. Who just threw the ball? Jacoby Windmon. First off, 41, 64. Wait, this is the guy who sacked Lamar. Why is he on offense? Wait, it's on defense too. That's Tyron Smith. Hollywood Brown playing linebacker. Jamar Chase at corner. What is going on? I don't understand what just happened, but they are 99 at literally every single rating, so it doesn't actually make a huge difference. And now it's 3rd and 5. That was the slowest snap I've ever seen. He's got to do something smart with it. He's just spinning in circles. He's gonna pick up the first down and knock it out of bounds. He gains way more yardage though. That was a great 30-yard run by Lamar. And they're at the 27 with just over 30 seconds to go. What is he? Lamar's getting sacked for sure. There's no way. You could tell the second he turned into a runner, that play was dead in the water, but he rolls out and is gonna get sacked again. It just looks like he's fully crumbling under the pressure, but he throws down the middle and it's nearly picked. So the Ravens hold on to win this game. I mean, it's hard to say Lamar didn't choke in the playoffs. And last for the NFC, we got the Rams versus 49ers. With the Rams up by 4 late in this game. This was pretty low scoring until the end, but I'm glad we got to jump in to see what CJ Stroud and the 49ers can do. I don't love a 4-yard run late in this game when you only have 2 timeouts. He's gonna throw sideline here. Hopefully he gets out of bounds. Keep the clock. No, of course not. Just so crazy that he was on the sideline with space. Like, they just changed the whole entire game, but they get the touchdown. Oh my God. I fully thought they were gonna choke. And with 7 seconds left, Dak's gonna basically have one throw. He's actually throwing it very quick. And he looks like he has a guy open and he catches it and they call timeout. What a catch there by David Moore. The fact that perfectly left them with 1 second too is insane. So we're gonna go to overtime in this game. Both teams ended up going 3 and out and the Rams drove it downfield to win the game on a field goal. So last up, we got the Chargers versus Chiefs. But this game was an absolute blowout. So now in the divisional, we got the Jags versus Jets, Ravens versus Chiefs, Cowboys versus Falcons, and Rams versus Lions. And with 2 minutes to go, we're tied at 24. And we're jumping in with the Rams at the 5, going nowhere on that run. They're gonna have to settle for the field goal to take the 3-point lead, which leaves Davis Mills 1 timeout and honestly 70 yards to go. He's gonna get sacked. A terrible start to this drive for them. That backs him up to the 19. He is going to throw though and pick up. Oh, how's it not caught? That literally hit Malik Neighbors in the hands. I don't know how he didn't catch it. He's gonna get sacked again. Where's he going? Matabwike got that sack, but they're at the 6. Just chuck it deep and have a prayer. It's not even close to the first down. What are you doing? Davis Mills just fully choked that game. Next, we got the Ravens versus Chiefs. Tied at 20 with a little over 2.5 minutes to go, and CMC is gonna gain like 7 there. He's still going. Honestly, forgot he was on this team for a second because we haven't really seen him do anything so far, and they're gonna get a touchdown. To Alec Pierce on this one. So now the Chiefs are at their own 49 with just over a minute to go, and they're gonna pick up a first down here. That was Mark Andrews on that catch, getting him all the way to the 31, and they burn their second timeout. He's gonna hit, I think that's Bucky Irvin, but that rolls the clock to about 45 seconds. Quick pass here to Garrett Wilson for a first. That short catch just burned 30 seconds on the accelerated clock, and then the Chiefs called timeout anyway, which makes even less sense. I have played Madden 26, like the beta version, and I will say the clock management seems better than this, but this is such a low bar to pass. It's caught, but there's no time. So the Ravens hold on to win. So next we got the Cowboys versus Falcons, and they're tied at 28 with 2 minutes to go. It is kind of funny that the Cowboys brought back Zeke and he's wearing Marion Barber's number. I love when weird stuff like that happens because what are the odds that they would pick him up and he's actually gonna go all the way in for the touchdown? Maybe it's better for him, honestly, because they can kill more time and he gets stopped there. And the Falcons have no timeout, so the clock is at 20 seconds now when Zeke gets this touchdown. So the Cowboys are gonna hold on to win this game. So last up, we got the Jags versus Jets. And with a minute to go, they're tied at 21. It's funny because I fully made fun of the Jets for drafting Penix so early on. They're gonna get a first down here. Don't get me wrong, I like him in real life, but he is only now gonna be a second-year player, so he's still got a lot to prove. But as a 99 overall superstar X Factor, he led him to 12-5. And the Jags had no timeouts, so the Jets ran it all the way down to win the game as time expires on a field goal. But now in the NFC Championship, we got the Rams versus Cowboys. But now after the 2-minute warning, the Rams are down by 5, which is a very weird score to be down, and they're gonna get a first down here past the 40, and he's still going. So let's see what they can do. They're at the 31. They still have 2 timeouts, so they don't have to play super conservative, but he gets out. That is what you want to see late in the game. Your receivers running out to save timeouts. It doesn't feel like that hard of a concept, but Dak's gonna run. He's got space for a first all the way past the 15. They are milking that clock. We are about a minute here. He's gonna check down again. There's no one even near him. And now they're at the 1, not getting a handoff actually. Thought we might, but Dak Dak had the space to run. So the Rams win this game. But will they face the Ravens or Jets? Fix allegations in the comments are gonna go crazy if the Jets win this game. And they're pulling away too. I just make the comeback, please. It's crazy I'm rooting against my favorite team because I want the content to be better. It's so funny seeing names like Dexter Sr. getting a sack, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. And it's another sack. So it's 3rd and 15. They're at the 48, but they have very little time left and feels like their season is running away. Gets sacked for a 3rd play in a row. So the Jets easily win this game. And just to show, we only played once and neither game was forced wins. So we got a Jets-Rams Super Bowl. Now in the 4th quarter, the Jets are down by 3. Yeah, it's been really low scoring, kind of like that Rams-Patriots Super Bowl from a few years ago. And now it's 3rd and 2. We're ticking under a minute. They're at the 28-yard line. Penix is gonna run again. That was a very weird little half step he took. That gets him to the 16. Let's see what they can do. He's running on every single play. That check down is actually going to get a 1st down. And they use that 2nd timeout, but they're at the 6. Let's see what Penix does. He throws, and he actually hit Brock Bowers in bounds. And now it's Dak with 40 seconds and 3 timeouts, and they're down by 4. Whoa, oh my God. Taysom Hill nearly had him like all the way there, or at least like halfway there, but Dak's going to run. Go nowhere on this one. Now they're at the point where they basically just have to work sideline or they're using that last time out. And he's gonna run, which I don't really love because it's gonna burn that last time out. Like in theory, this does make it a much easier Hail Mary. And if they get lucky and get a penalty, it would put him at the 1 if they got that. But nah, this is the last play. He's gonna throw deep. Let's see what happens if they have any chance to catch this one, and they don't. So the Jets win the Super Bowl. Only in this weird alternate reality would that ever be a sentence that is possible to say. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Click right here to watch what happens when I put every single player in the league back in their prime. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.